All right, so here's the warm-up for the week of May the 4th. Be with you. Ho! So, start with the familiar. Just get some neck rolls. Switch directions. Okay, then we're going to get the chest moving back and forth. So I want you to imagine your sternum first gets pushed way into your chest. So my back is getting rounded because I'm pushing my sternum back as far as I can. Next, I want you to imagine there's a string pulling your sternum as far forward as you can. So kind of arching your back. So you're going to round and push it in, arch, and pull it forward. Just back and forth. Trying to get as far as you can, both directions. Just make the transitions nice and smooth. It doesn't have to be an aggressive pop into the position. Just back and forth. Next up, you're going to put your arms up to the side, and these arms are just going to be here to kind of keep you level. So the idea is that your arms stay parallel to the floor. And what I want you to do is you're going to try and shift your rib cage to the side as far as you can, still keeping these level shoulders, and then back to the middle. Then to the other side. Back and forth. If you feel like you can do it without the use of the arms out to the side, and you can keep your shoulders level, maybe that's something to work towards. But I think the arms out offer a good visual reference to make sure we're not doing one of these back and forth. We're literally taking our ribs, shifting it to the side, and back. The rest of our body just basically remains in place. Okay, so what we're going to try and do is combine those two sets of movement. We have the forward and the back, and we have the side to side. So, we'll start with the arms out. We'll go to the side, then we're going to cave our chest in to the back, other side, and throw your sternum forward. To the side, chest comes in, other side, chest forward. We'll go the other way. So this variation here basically has us hitting 4 points: side, front, other side, back. But if you get to the point where we're able to basically pass through all those positions in more of a circular manner, then definitely work towards doing something like that. Maybe by the end of this week. We'll be doing it each of the 6 days of our workouts here. Okay, got a message on my phone. Gotta kill it here. Okay, so then we're gonna take a wide stance, so maybe 1.5 to 2 times the stance that you would normally take for like a squat stance. Arms are gonna be up to the side, and I want you to reach up over the top and then try and touch the opposite leg. So I'm reaching behind me with my left arm, trying to touch behind my right leg. And then we'll get to the other side. Back and forth, maybe each time we try and touch a little bit lower, but just creating some length in the side of your body. Back and forth. Okay, next up, we're gonna be balancing on one leg. So all I want you to do is balance on your left leg and take your right foot out in front of you. Ideally, your leg is straight and we're just kind of holding it in this low position. You'll feel your hip have to activate here, and we're just gonna hang out for a few seconds. Then what I want you to do is take it to some higher position. Just has to be higher, but the idea is to keep your leg straight and hold it at a more end range of motion, what you have control over. Then we're gonna pull your foot in and kind of turn your knee out. So we're getting some external rotation. This should feel a lot like a pigeon pose. Then we're gonna straighten the leg back to that low position, and we're gonna get 5 ankle rotations each way. Ideally, this whole time, we're just balanced on one foot, and we're not falling over. So really fight for it. Switch directions if you haven't already. Nice. Shake up the legs. We'll try the other side. So we're bouncing on our right foot now. Left leg is straight out in a low position, but locked out. Then we'll raise it higher. Pull it in. External rotation, like the pigeon pose. Trying to pull your instep up as high as you can. Straighten the leg back out, and we'll get 5 ankle rotations each way. Trying to trace big circles with your toe. Switch directions. Whew. Get those hips waking up. All right, we're gonna drop down now into a kneeling squat position. So we're up on the balls of your feet. If this doesn't feel great, or you're just not comfortable down there yet, we can always go flat-footed. But we're gonna get down into a kind of crouching stance here like you were a catcher in baseball. And if you can, we're just gonna lightly bounce. If you need to put your hands down for some support, since I know it's a less stable position, you can. But otherwise, try and get just some little elasticity down here. And we're just gonna get a little bounce. You'll feel your feet having to work to readjust the kind of dynamic nature of this. That's good. Just waking up the lower part of your leg and your feet. So what I want you to do now is we're gonna take one leg out to the side into more of like a Cossack's squat. And I want you to try and touch as close towards your toe as you can 5 times with the opposite hand. So my right leg's out. I'm gonna try and touch and come back. Touch and come back. 3, 4, 5. If you can bring it in without the use of your hands, great. Otherwise, put it down, and then we'll go to the other side. So same idea, with all the other drills. This is unstable, so if you need to use a hand anywhere for some support, you can. So I can demo it this time. We're gonna go for 5 touches. Maybe this time I keep my left hand down as I try and touch with my right across my body. 5 times. Maybe I can touch behind. And maybe you find that the whole hand is too easy. Maybe you just have a single finger touching the ground to offer just a little bit of balance. Otherwise, going for it. 5 times. Last off here, we're gonna get down into the hands and knees, and we're gonna do some thread the needles. Most of us have done this before, but if it's new, we'll take your right hand and put it directly underneath your sternum. You're gonna take your left arm, and I want you to inhale as you rotate up. And then I want you to exhale as you reach underneath as far as you can. Inhale up. Exhale down. I like to follow my hand with my eyes. Make sure it doesn't get lost. After we get 5, we'll get 5 the other way, so I'll show you from the front. Now my left hand is underneath my sternum. I'm going to take my right hand as I rotate up. I'm going to breathe in. Try and really open up the wingspan so the arms are stacked on top of each other, and then exhale. If you can make these inhales through your nose, even better. Go ahead and sit back onto your feet here. I'm just gonna wake up the ankles here a little bit to round out this warm-up. Hope you enjoy the new moves and that the body's feeling pretty darn warm as a result. Let's get into our workouts.